I'm gonna show you how to rake up a ton more views on YouTube, all by changing the way you plan your videos, so that way you can get a lot more views from search and suggested, but you have to change the way you're planning your videos, and I'm gonna cover everything for you in this quick video. I know it sounds backwards, but when it comes to trying to making better videos, that is huge, okay? Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to do an individual video critique on Mr. Shooty. He's an art teacher, and I critiqued his channel and gave some things that could help him grow quickly, but he did point out the video I looked at was an older one, his best performing one, so while there was some great things about it that he should continue with doing, I wanted to point out some things we could work on with a newer video, which the first being, these are his newest videos, and as you see here, this one is a little bit shorter than typically what I would recommend having for a video if you want to try to start to rake up more views. Typically, longer videos are going to perform better nowadays. I'm not saying make like a 2-hour video, but try to get it, 6, 8, 10, maybe up to 20 minutes, somewhere in that range. And you might need to play around with this and don't, just make the video long for the sake of making it long. So that's the first thing that I would say for this video. Second thing is I would work on the SEO side of things. So super easy art project for any age. That's great, but I would get rid of these emojis in between. I'm not opposed to having them maybe after that. The other thing then is art hack coloring. Again, that's just kind of like stuffing keywords into your title, so I wouldn't put that sort of thing in the title. And then the Mr. Shooty, I got a feeling, let me check. You're putting that probably into a lot of your videos at the end. Oh, not all of them. Okay. It looks like you are trying to include that in some of the titles, though, somewhere, Mr. Shooty. I would say that's not necessarily going to help you all that much. I know there was a time where, if you put the same words, the exact same little phrase somewhere in your title, you would, show up a little bit more and suggested, and that can help to some degree, but I think you're better off just keeping that out and using that, I would call it real estate with how many words and letters you can fit into your title. I would try to make the most of that by going more search and suggested with, trying to show up suggested from other videos that are, getting more views than you, and you have a better chance of gaining views from that than, necessarily getting suggested views from your own video. So that's one thing I would do is get rid of the Mr. Shooty, get rid of the emojis, and have one nice, clean keyword phrase, but also make it kind of, wrong video. Make it kind of enticing. So click worthy is a good phrase, not clickbait, make it click worthy, make it like when people see it, like, okay, I gotta see what this is about, which this title is pretty good. Super easy art project for any age. And then maybe I would put, something like that looks amazing, or that you won't believe, right? Something that makes it, pop, something that makes it sound really, really cool. Maybe point out a detail, with a certain twist technique you've never tried. You know what I mean? Whatever little thing in it that makes it unique, point that piece of it out. So get both the search side of things and then also that click-worthy side of things. So it takes a little time to, put a little more thought into the title, but it's well worth it for the views. The other thing you asked about was thumbnails. So you can do custom thumbnails, and I would highly recommend you do a custom thumbnail. You had mentioned that typically you try to have it right in the beginning, so you can just pull the thumbnail right off of that because they give you the automatic 3 ones. I would highly recommend take the time to make custom thumbnails. It will get you a ton more views. So worth it, taking a little bit of time to do it. You said you do everything on your phone. There's a couple apps you can use. One that I use that I found works well is Canva. I typically do most of my stuff on Photoshop on the computer, but there's an app called Canva, which I believe is free, and I think it even has like YouTube templates. You said you also needed to work on a banner, so I believe they would have something like that in that app as well. But if you just go to any app store and you search Photoshop or photo editing, or search even YouTube thumbnail maker, there's a lot of apps out there that you can get for like $5 or free that you can make that with. The best one I've personally found that I like the most, though, is Canva, and PicMonkey is pretty good. PicMonkey is another good one. Let's look at the rest of the description. This is a really good art project for young artists. So again, not a bad, description, but I would get some of this, the easy art project for anyone at any age. And the other thing I would look at too, before you make your videos, you guys, this is huge, and you, Jason, always keep in mind what search phrase you're trying to optimize for, or what suggested video you're trying to optimize for. And when I say that, I mean like what video that's getting a lot of views or you want to try to show up next to, right? So maybe there's a video that's titled Super Easy Art Project at Any Age, right? Well, then you would want to figure out what they've got going on and optimize specific to that video. But you got to plan what the title, the thumbnail, try to think about how all that stuff is going to look before you even make the video. I know it sounds backwards, But when it comes to trying to making better videos, that is huge, okay? That way you can make sure you're optimizing for the right phrase and making the video about that thing. Because if you just make a video and then you're like, oh, this sounds like a optimized title, but it doesn't exactly match up, you're not gonna gain as many views because people will bail early in the video if they see like, oh, this is kind of about that, but not really. They're gonna leave your video, your watch time goes down, and now you don't get as many rankings. So I would work on getting that figured out first of all, and then again, put that in the description, early in the description, whatever phrase you're trying to show up for or suggested for. And the links look good, the subscribe link, yep, okay, all that stuff looks good. And then the tags, easy art project. So that's your first tag. And that's what I would say is, you know, and I would look this up. So let's look it up quick. Easy art project. So this is what I would be doing like before you even make the video. So we're doing this kind of backwards since the video is already up. But I would start with this. So easy art project. You are showing up number 3, but I got a feeling you're actually not because I've watched the video before, so they're going to show it higher in search results. If you ever want to get a clean look at search results, go into incognito mode in Google Chrome. That's another tutorial for another day, though. I can talk about that more. Leave me a comment if you want me to talk about that. But poor. So not the greatest term to rank for. So, you know, and you could go through some of these other ones. Well, what's another one? Easy art projects for kids. How's that look? 43, so you're doing better, right? And you could go through that list over here that was back on this last page that showed up with the TubeBuddy tool, which again I'll link to down below. And you could do easy art projects to do at home. I bet that's even better because it's a longer phrase. 76, very good. So that's something you could rank really high for, and it looks like you could get a lot of views, right? So just by making the title a little bit different, changing the theme just a little bit different, you know, it could be as simple as, okay, I'm not gonna film this one at school, I'm gonna film it at home, or you could even film it at school and just make sure you say, this is something you can do at home, right? And boom, you've got a video that you have a pretty good chance of ranking for. Doing that will be huge for getting more views, going through the process in that order, and then again, thumbnail, video length, make the title and the description and the tags all SEO or search, you know, optimized. And yeah, it looks like I mean, the rest of these tags look pretty good. How to do art, super easy. But, you know, again, it comes back to doing easy art project, you know, figuring out what that is, and then and I'll run through this quick just to give you a little more context of how everything would look, or a little bit of a real world idea. So if we did easy art projects to do at home, I would do tags like, and I'll just put them up here so you can see them. I would do easy art project as one tag. I would do easy art project, or actually I would do art project, because I want to try to keep these tags like 6 or 2 to 3, maybe 4 words, 6 at the most. Art project at home. You know, I would do, actually what I would do, and so those are just like a couple that I would come up with off the top of my head, but a lot of times what I would do is I would go to this, click this, and let TubeBuddy tell me what are the most used tags. Cool, and these are the other ones I would use. So I'd use those first couple ones I gave you, easy art project, you know, art project at home, and then I would include all these tags that are showing up on this sidebar here, right? And then include as many of those as you can into your description, maybe a couple of them in the title if it makes sense, and again, in the description if it makes sense. Don't just push stuff in there to put it in there that doesn't really make sense. Putting these little tweaks in can make a massive impact in the types of views you get with that video. And with that video, let me see how old it is, just to give you a little more advice of something maybe you could do with it now. Let me see how old it is. 28. So it's relatively new. So I wouldn't change anything with that. But if you got videos that are maybe like a month or 2 old, like some of these here, and they're not getting as many views as you think they could be, and I think they could all pretty much be getting more views, or, you know, from this point forward, even 157, like, which is one of your highest ones, I think you could be getting more just by changing some of these things and putting some of these tweaks in. So, you know, as far as your action plan goes, your newest videos are going to give you the most bang for your buck typically by putting out a good new video. So I wouldn't spend a lot of time going back and messing with these videos too much, other than maybe the thumbnails. And you could change the metadata if you wanted to. I would start with going with just more of the overall, you know, things I'm giving you here as far as optimizing for search and suggested. And if you watch the previous tutorial, which I'll link you to right here, that'll help as well. But that's all I got for you guys. If this helped, hit that like button, subscribe button. If you'd like me to do a channel audit for you, it is a service I'm offering. Leave me a comment, let me know. That's all I got for you guys, and I'll see you in this video next.